As it is the centenary year of Sir Terence Rattigan, the famous playwright, Lindisfarne have decided to perform one of his plays. As most of the famous ones were written in the 50s, just about the time that the angry young man playwrights such as John Osborne came along, unfortunately Sir Terence Rattigan's plays went out of fashion. Therefore, they're rarely performed by amateur groups. I have been asked to direct a Rattigan play and have chosen The Deep Blue Sea, which is one of his most famous ones. Now, this play revolves around a relationship between a woman who was securely middle class, who was married to a judge, a respectable man in society, and she's thrown it away because she's become besotted with an ex-Battle of Britain pilot who is turning into an alcoholic, being at a loss after the war has ended. Now, Sir Terence himself was supposedly using the basis of a relationship that he had with another man who later committed suicide. But obviously, at the time he wrote it, homosexuality was a criminal offence. Therefore, he could not write this play about two gay men. So it was changed into the relationship with a woman and a man. But he wrote as an outsider, being a homosexual himself. He understood what it was like to live in the confines of a society that expected certain protocols to be obeyed, and there was always suppressed tension and often very highly nervous, anxious lifestyles, which this woman is now experiencing. Sir Terence was actually knighted in 1971 and unfortunately did not live to see his plays performed once again in the West End, which they are doing now, to a lot of success, because surprisingly, people of modern times actually understand more about what it must have been like to live a life that was basically a lie, whereas when these plays were performed in the 50s, they were taken at face value and people didn't realise the undercurrent or the sexual tension that the plays were about. Sir Terence died of bone cancer in the 1960s, at a time when his plays were definitely out of fashion. But with the revivals, they are all now back in the forefront once again.